YouTube channel, that is Maths with Shivangi Nagar. Today we are starting with a new chapter, that is quadratic equation. According to the NCERT textbook, it is the chapter number 4. Okay, so this question is this chapter is very important because this chapter you will study in your higher classes also. Okay, so let's begin with this topic. As you all have studied in the class 9 standard polynomials, this year also you have studied the polynomial. So we will connect our topic with that, okay, and then we will proceed further in this chapter. Now, what is a quadratic equation? So before starting the quadratic equation, we recall the polynomial. Polynomial we have studied, right? So a special type of polynomial we have studied whose degree is 2. If a polynomial is having degree 2, what we call that polynomial as a quadratic polynomial. This quadratic term is coming from where? From a word quad, which means what? Square, right? So a quadratic polynomial is what? It is a polynomial whose having degree is what? 2. And its standard representation is what? Its standard representation is x square plus bx plus c, where a condition is imposed on the a is what? That a cannot be equal to 0. This term should this coefficient of x square cannot be equal to 0, because if this is equal to 0, this entire term will become what? 0. And if this entire term will become 0, then this expression, this polynomial will reduce to what? A linear polynomial, because now in that case the highest power of the variable is what? 1, right? So this is the general or standard representation of a quadratic polynomial. Now, when we equate this polynomial, the quadratic polynomial to 0, when we equate the polynomial to 0, what we got? So now this polynomial is entered into a equation system. So we will call it as what? A quadratic equation. So what is the standard appearance of a quadratic equation? So x square plus bx plus c is equals to 0, where x is the variable in which the quadratic equation is written, and a, b, c you are seeing here in the first term, second term and the last term. So these are what? These are the coefficients, constant coefficients, and they are what? Any real number except a. On a we have a condition. What was that condition? That a should not be equal to 0, because if a becomes 0 here, so this entire first term will become 0, and if entire term will become 0, then this equation reduces to a linear equation. Clear? So this is what all about our quadratic equation. So what is the quadratic equation? Quadratic equation is what? First of all, any expression you have that should be in the what? Equation formation. That means you should have a equal to sign over there. Second thing is what? The highest power of the variable should be 2. Okay. In fact, any equation of the form px is equals to 0, where px is a polynomial of the degree 2, is a quadratic equation. The same thing that we have discussed here is I have written here. Any equation which is in the form this px is equals to 0 is called as a quadratic equation if and only if the px polynomial is of degree 2. That means the highest power of the variable should be 2. Now, we will discuss the second term related to the quadratic equation, that what is the standard form of a quadratic equation. So, just now we have discussed the standard form is as x square plus bx plus c, right. So, this is the standard form of the quadratic equation. Now, why it is a standard form of quadratic equation? Any equation, okay, any equation can be written in the standard form only when the terms are arranged according to the descending order of their degree. Here we have 3 terms. What are the 3 terms? X square, bx and c, and we are given that this equation is written in the x variable. So if you see here, among all these 3 terms, which is the term have the highest degree? So this is the degree, this is the term, that is ax square. Then the next least degree term is what? Bx, and the least degree term is what among all these 3 terms is what? C, because here c is a constant term and the power of the variable is here is what? 0. The c can also be written cx power 0, because x power 0 is what? 1, and 1 into c is what? Ultimately c. So when you write this all these terms, when you arrange all these terms in the descending order form, okay, so then only you will get the standard form of quadratic equation. Suppose I have written one example over here. 7 plus 2x square is equals to 0. Is it a quadratic equation? Yes, because here we have a equal to sign and the highest power of the variable is what? 2 here. But is it written in a standard form? So no, it is not written in its standard form. Why so? Because the standard form of any equation says what? You have to write the terms in the descending order of their degree. So if we have to convert this into standard form, how we will going to write it as? So the highest degree term is what? 2x square. So first we will write 2x square. Since the power 1 degree is missing here, so don't worry, directly write the constant term here. So now when you have written the same equation in this form, so now it is converted into standard form. Both are quadratic equation, but the first one is not the standard form, the second one is the standard form. So the same thing we have written here. When we write the terms of the px in the descending order of the degree, then we get the standard form of the equations. So this is this ax square plus bx plus c is equals to 0 is the standard form of the quadratic equation. Clear? Because x square term we have placed at the first place, then x power 1 and then the constant term. Clear? Now we will do some examples at how the questions are asked in the quadratic equations. So the very first profile of question that is being generated is that represent the following situation. Here we have one situation given to us and we have to represent this as mathematically. That means by using this given piece of information, we have to form what? We have to form a equation over here. We have to represent this situation mathematically, means we have to frame this entire paragraph form information into a what? Equation form. So let's see how to form such type of equations. What we are given, John and Jivanti together have a 45 marbles, okay. Two children are there, John and Jivanti. They together they have how many marbles? 45 marbles. So if we let John have let's say x marbles. So together they have 45 marbles. So if we subtract the x marbles from the 45, that means 45 minus x are the marbles who have this Jivanti, the another children, right? Now what we are given, both of them lost 5 marbles each. Initially they have, John have x marbles, Jivanti have 45 minus x marbles. Now we are given that they both have lost 5 marbles. So now how many marbles they are left over with? So John is left over with, can I say, x minus 5 marbles. And similarly if we talk about the Jivan, so we have to eliminate the 5 marbles from here also. So 45 minus x, these are the initial number of marbles he have and here we have to eliminate the 5. So how many marbles now he is left over with? So as you open this bracket, what you will get? You will get 45 minus x minus 5. So when you solve it, 45 minus 5, you will get 40 minus x. So finally Jivanti is left over with this 40 minus x marbles. Then we are given that after losing these 5 marbles each, the product of the number of marbles, they now have 124. At this stage, okay, when we multiply the number of marbles they have, the product is coming out what? 124. So this represents what? How we will write this information in the equation form. So the product says product is 124. Product of what? Product of the marbles of the John and the Jivanti have after they lose 5 marbles each. So we can write this as x minus 5 multiplied by 40 minus x. So this is the what? This is the mathematical representation of this given informations. So we have to, what we would like to find out, how many marbles they had to start with. So we have to find that initially how many marbles they have. So till now we have not to understand that how to solve these equations, these type of equations. We will study it later on. But here what we just have to do, we have to represent this given piece of information mathematically. So we have represented it. if we want to write it to furthermore and we have to represent exactly in the formation of the quadratic equation, then how we will do? We just open these brackets and multiply the terms by using the distributive property here, right? So x into 40 is what? 40x. X into minus x is minus x square. Minus 5 into 40 is what? Minus 200, and minus 5 into minus x is what? Plus 5x. And on the right hand side what we have? 124. When you shift all the quantities on the right hand side, so minus x square, when transpose on the right hand side, you will get plus x square, right? This is 40x and this is plus 5x. So this makes what? Plus 45x, and when you transpose it, you will get minus 45x. Similarly, when you transpose this to 200 on the right hand side, so right now here it is in the negative form, so when you transpose it, it will become positive. So it is going here and it gets solved with 124. So 200 plus 124 makes what? Plus 324 equal to 0. So this is the required mathematical representation of this given piece of information. So if you see here, this equation is converted into what? This equation is converted into a quadratic equation. Now when we are solving this, we will get the value of x, and on putting the value of x, we will get that how many initial marbles they had when they have started this, okay, before losing those 5 marbles. Let's do one more example on the basis of this. A cottage industry produces a certain number of toys in a day. The cost of production of each toy in the rupees was found to be 55 minus the number of toys produced in a day. See here, what we are given? We are given one cottage industry and it produces a certain number of toys. How many toys? We don't know, but certain number of toys. So let's say let the number of toys produced in a day is what? Let's say x, right? And we are also given that the cost of production of each toy was found to be 55 minus the number of toys produced in a day. Here in the second line, we are given a comparative information of the cost of the one toy, the cost of production of one toy, and the number of toy. What is it is given? It is given that the cost of each toy was. So cost is what? Cost is equals to what? The cost of each toy was found to be 55 minus this 55 minus the number of toys produced in one day, and number of toys produced in one day is what? X. So this is the cost of each toy, right? Then we are given on a particular day the total cost of production was 750. Now we are given the total cost of production of a one particular day, right? So how you will going to find out? So see here, this is the cost of one toy, cost of each toy, and how many toys you are producing or you are making in one day, that is what? X. So if you multiply the total number of toys with the per toy cost, can you get the total cost? What I am trying to say, that how you will got the total cost of one day. So you will get the total cost of one day by multiplying the number of toys produced in one day multiply by cost of one toy, right? And what is the number of toys? The number of toys are what? The number of toys that you are producing in the one day is x, and the cost of one toy is what? 55 minus x. And what is the total cost of the production? So we are given here 750. Now see here, we have made the equation. What the equation reduces to? 750 is equals to x into 55 minus x. And when you open this bracket and multiply both the terms by using the distributive property, what you will get? 55x minus x square. And when you transpose both the quantities on the left hand side, what you will get? X square minus 55x plus 750 is equals to 0. Now again, if you can see here, the entire given information, whatever we have here, we have represented here mathematically in the form of a quadratic equation. Okay. Now we are in the last line we would like to find out the number of toys produced on that day. So number of toys produced on that day is what? X. So first we will learn how to solve these type of quadratic equation, and then when we will easily get that how many number of toys are produced. So but here what I am trying to inculcate that how to form the equation from this type of given piece of information which is given in the paragraph form, right? So in this way we will represent. Now the next question which can be asked from this topic, which is very basic and very frequently asked in the 1 mark question, that you are asked to check whether the given equation is a quadratic or not. Sometimes it may seems like it is a quadratic, but actually it is not. And sometimes it is a quadratic, but it seems like it is a different equation. You will find that it is an equation of 4 degree, 3 degree, and you will directly write it. So no, how you have to do, you just have to see the equation carefully, you have to solve it, and then finally when you are 100% sure that now yeah it is converted into a quadratic equation, then only you have to conclude your answer yes and no, it is a quadratic equation. So coming to the first one, if you see here the first, you are given that x minus 2 whole square plus 1 is equals to 2x minus 3. So first what we will do, we will solve this equation, okay, and we will try to convert this entire equation into what in the standard form of a quadratic equation. What is the standard form? Ax square plus bx plus c is equals to 0 in this format. So on the left hand side what we have, x minus 2 whole square. So x minus 2 whole square we will going to expand by using a minus b whole square identity. So x square minus 4x plus 4 plus 1 is equals to 2x minus 3. Transpose both the quantities on the left hand side. So what we will get, x square minus 4x minus this 2x, when transposed it will coming as a minus 2x, and it is get solved with the minus 4x, and here we have plus 4 plus 1 is a plus 5, and when 3 is coming here on the left hand side it will become what? Plus 3 here. So x square minus 6x plus 8 is equals to 0. Now if you see this equation, they both are same, okay, but if you see here, now here at this stage, at this step you are confirmed, you are 100% sure that the highest power of the variable x is what? 2, and here we have the equal to sign also here. So yes, it is what? The first one is a quadratic equation. Clear? Similarly, working on the second equation, what we have, x into x plus 1 plus 8 is equals to x plus 2 into x minus 2. So what we will do, we will open all the brackets and multiply the terms by using distributive property. So on the left hand side, first we will open this bracket. So x into x plus 1 makes what? X square plus x plus 8 is equals to. Similarly, if we open the right hand side bracket also, so what we will get, first we will multiply this x with x, so it is what? X square, then x with minus 2x as what? Minus 2x. Then we will multiply the second term with each and every term of the second bracket. So plus 2 into x is what? Plus 2x, and plus 2 into minus 2 is what? Minus 4 here. Clear? Then if you see here, this x square get cancelled to this x square, right? And this plus 2x cancel this minus 2x. So what we are left over with, x plus 8 is equals to minus 4. When you shift this 8 on the right hand side, what you will get, x is equals to minus 12 here, right? Now if you see here, this is what? Do we have here the highest power of the variable 2? No. So we don't have the power 2 here. So this is not a quadratic equation. So which type of equation is this? This is a linear equation. Similarly, coming on the second part, what we have here, if you open the brackets, and if you multiply this x with 2x and 3, what you will get, 2x square plus 3x is equals to x square plus 1. Now when you transpose both this quantity on the left hand side, this x square gets solved with 2x square. So 2x square and minus x square makes what? X square plus 3x as it is, and this constant is coming here as minus 1. So if you see here, the highest power of the variable is what? It is 2. We have equal to sign also here. So yes, the third part is also what? It's a quadratic equation. Similarly, coming on the fourth part, this is the third part. Now coming on the fourth part, what we have, x plus 2 whole cube is equals to x cube minus 4. Now if you solve on left hand side, you have to use a plus b whole cube identity. So let's use it and first expand this. So x plus 2 whole cube is what? X cube plus 3a square means x square into 2 plus 3 into x into 2 square plus 2 cube is equal to x cube minus 4. Okay, I have used this identity. A plus b whole cube is what? A cube plus 3a square b plus 3ab square plus b cube, right? Where I have taken a as x and b as 2 here, and I have applied it here. Now again, if you clearly see here, x cube get cancelled, this x cube, right? And here what we have, 3x squared 2. So 3 2 times 6, 6x square. 3x into 2 square. 2 square is 4, 4 3 times 12. So plus 12x plus 2 cube is 8. And when you transpose this minus 4 on the left hand side, it will become what? Plus 4, right? When you solve 8 plus 4, you will get 12. So what you will get the final equation? 6x square plus 12x plus 12 is equals to 0. Now if you see here, right, you can take out the common 6 from all these three terms, but let it remain here because just we have to answer whether it's a quadratic or not. So if you clearly again see here, here you have the equal to sign and the highest power of the variable x is what? 2 here. So highest power of the variable is 2 here. So yes, the fourth one is also what? Your quadratic equation. So this is what all about in my this video. Here we have discussed about the quadratic equation. We have discussed that if we are given a paragraph form of information, and if we have to convert that mathematically, we have to write, we have to frame the equation, then how to frame it. And we have also discussed that whenever we are given equation, so how to identify it whether it is a quadratic or not. So these two things we have discussed in this video. In the next video, we will first cover the first exercise related to this topic, and then we will start with the roots of the quadratic equation, a new topic. Roots of the quadratic equation is also known as the solution of the quadratic equation. Whenever you are solving an equation, why you are solving that equation? To compute the value of that particular variable. So when you are computing that value of the variable, that means what you are doing, you are solving that equation, you are finding the solution, or we can say you are finding the root of that equation. That equation could be any. Till yet you have dealt with only the linear equation. So when you are finding the value of that variable, so that value is called what? The root of that linear equation. So here we are dealing with the quadratic equation, right? So here we will solve the equation for the particular variable in whichever variable it is written, and when we are getting that value, so that value is called what? The root of the quadratic equation. So that we will discuss in our next videos. Okay, so if you like my video, if you got the video each and every concept, then please give me a thumbs up, do share with your friends, and if you're new to my channel, then please do subscribe it and press the bell icon so that you will never miss any of my updates. Till then, bye bye, take care, see you in my next video with the next question.